here with the organizers of the Ballito Metal Tsunami. I'm sure you guys have seen the video, but just for, it's courtesy sake, please introduce yourselves.
Name is Werner from the band Warpigs and fellow organizer of the Ballito Metal Tsunami.
My name is Conrad, also from Warpigs, fellow organizer of the Ballito Metal Tsunami.
Tell me, what inspired the Tsunami Festival? How did it come about?
Kind of took a year or two to come to fruition. I moved to Ballito 3 years ago. I met this fine gentleman with his band Rebound. I was very impressed. We started chatting. We realized we both have a love for metal. I then met Hein Abbott, who is a local muso, also a lover of metal. We started chatting, realized we shared some of the same background interests. I met Chuck Bowden. Chuck is a seasoned muso, he's a professional. He plays, that's his job, he plays mainstream circuits, etc. And we had the same background in and the love for metal, etc. So one day I sat down with all of these gentlemen, we all got together. Some of them had never met each other, yet they've been living in the same town for yonks. And I literally said, so-and-so, this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so. We are the four metal elders. And we refer to ourselves as the four metal elders of Ballito, and we are dear to that term. And we just, because I couldn't believe that people that are so vested in music that is not mainstream lived in the same town and didn't know each other. So that's kind of how that started. Then I had a bit of an idea, but Chuck sat down with me one day, we had coffee, and he said, hey, look, he has this idea for a festival thing. So we all got together again and we sat down, we had a chat, said, hey, cool, so can we do this thing? Can we not do this thing? What should we do? And it was inspired by a need for the resurgency of metal, specifically on the North Coast, but in KZN. So, we were like, well, let's try and put together a festival and give it a Ballito theme. So that's why it's called the Metal Tsunami Festival. Our slogan is where the ocean meets the pit, which is a great slogan. And the events that we have leading up to the main final are not called legs or whatever, they're called waves. So wave 1 is done, wave 2 is done, wave 3 happens on the 15th. We've been selecting bands from there, bands that win, plus some wildcard bands. And the idea is to have them play at the final festival on the 13th of December. So that's pretty much how this whole thing came about. And it's the collective input from each of the four elders. When we sit down and get together, we have a group where we communicate vigorously, constantly, and thrash out ideas, etc. So I think we are fortunate in that none of us are kids. So we have knowledge, we have business experience, we have metal knowledge, we have contacts, we have networked, so we're able to start doing that. And that's also, each one has a role. So, my role is to source bands and to get them through the waves. Someone else will do IT, someone will do digital. I mean, this man's also very good at putting together a lot of the digital stuff. Chuck, Hein does our videos, and all that sort of a thing. So each person has their part, and when we put it all together, man, it's just like, wow. 4 people put their minds to this, and here we are. So this is our first year. I think we've been very fortunate that we have a very, very good venue for the final. So we're excited about that. It's a proper venue, catering for bars and food and, everything that you may need. It's at a resort here in Ballito. So all around, we're excited about that. We expect bigger and better things in the future. But for year one, I think so far we've done well.
We say 1 year, it's a couple of months, basically.
Yeah, literally. I mean, the first wave was in August, so yeah.
No, chuffed with that, eh?
So you kind of did answer this a little already, but how did you bring this idea to life?
It was spontaneous. As Conrad said, we 4 we met just to throw out ideas, and like 80% of that was actually useless rookie mistakes that we thought
Yeah.
make rules, this and what
Yeah,
have you.
yeah.
And it sort of like just snowballed into reality. I don't know how it happened. It's quite
Yeah.
magical.
I'm still trying to figure out how it
Yeah,
happened,
you
and
know,
here we are.
Because we got the bands, 3 bands per wave, quite easily.
Yeah.
We participated in the first wave just to give it some legs and some social media footprints.
Yes.
And, we went onto the local radio station as well, promoted it there through our friend Dave Charles, who we now
Yes.
can call a friend.
Yeah. Very, very seasoned elder statesman when it comes to
Musician himself as well,
exactly.
so you
You know,
appreciate
he's
all
just
that
the man's
effort.
got awards and all sorts of things on the wall there. So
So you must know we've got a radio station that's got a footprint of tens of thousands of people. And to promote something like alien disembowelment live on radio, it tells you that he's for the cause as well. So in any case, but long story short, it just snowballed from there.
yeah.
And without too much effort, the bands rocked up and they applied for, that's not really the correct term, I would just say interested in participating in the thing. And here we are, third wave,
Yeah.
full bill.
Full
And
ball
we all
third
set
wave.
for 9, no, 7 or 9,
Seven.
7 bands.
Yeah.
7 bands, 7 metal bands.
Yeah.
Think about it, it's Ballito.
So in
We're gonna
4
have
months,
7
yeah.
metal bands.
In 4 months, we've managed to source
Yeah.
in total 10 bands with Hein.
Yes.
And we have 7 bands that will be playing in that final.
If you ask the average Joe,
In KZN.
name 7 bands, any bands,
Yeah.
they're going to struggle, man.
Yeah.
So we're really blessed in that regard. And, the lessons learned from wave 1 and 2 will ensure that wave 3 is going to be better than ever.
100%.
And the lessons will be learned from there.
Yeah.
And the final festival, the 13th of December, is going to be spectacular. It's going to be spectacular.
It is going to be spectacular. We're very fortunate that the very first point of contact that I made when we said, cool, let's roll with this thing. So even before I went to any bands, I got hold of Jamie Fasaki, who does Burn Reunion, and from Jamie's and Burn and Red Door, etc. Ironically was the DJ at my wedding almost 20 years ago. And I said to him, this is my plan, what do you think, and are you in? He's like, amen, brother. And I knew we're going to have the best sound. Let's get cranking with this thing.
He
So,
was already the DJ at our first wave, if I remember correctly.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And,
we invited him to come and to come through for
Just to
the
see his
day and just check
presence
it
there.
out, and he enjoyed it. So
It's got to be fun, man.
yeah.
Awesome, man. And how have you guys found the support of these past 2 events?
It's been incredible.
Yeah,
It
was a
has been
surprise.
incredible. I mean, we have had to battle rugby, we have had to battle rain,
The elements.
and people still came. We are unbelievably grateful for that. The other thing is, it's sobering and refreshing to see how connected some of the bands are with something like this. They just like, definitely we're there. Hey, thanks for a platform, and that's great, man. We've been able to do that. We've been able to make new friends. They know that we're serious about what we're doing. They know that we're deeply passionate about what we're doing, and they also know why it is we're doing this. Let's get the resurgency going. The response has been so good that the band that we as the elders were putting together, we've had to shelve because
There's just no need at this stage.
there's enough bands that are willing and capable to play, which was brilliant, because we were like, jeepers, how are we going to get all these bands together, But anyway, so here we are. So no, we're very grateful. We're very grateful for that. So
Fact.
It's such a nice luxury to have that you have too many bands to support and advertise.
yeah, I mean, I kind of reached out to some of the bands that I followed over the last 10 years and supported, and it was quite heartbreaking to see how many of them are inactive. Have just kind of packed it up because there's no venues, you know. There's issues with musos moving on and whatever the case might be. So yeah, that kind of took me by surprise. But there are definitely people that are filling those gaps, you know. And we believe that the longer we continue to make noise, and let people know that we can provide them with a platform and put them on a stage, people will continue to come through, people will continue to pick up instruments and carry the baton. So
Yeah.
What's been the highlight from these last two events you want to call?
I would say the first 10 out blew me away. We took a shot there from the stage, and I tried to do a head count. It was just impossible.
yeah,
And you know, it was quite a where the new venue is, you know, hotel setup. The first wave was sort of like on a piece of farmland type of thing. You have to have dirt road to get there. So there was many challenges in that itself, but it was still packed to capacity. That was a big bonus. And then, as I mentioned earlier about the legend, Mr. Dave Charles from 88 FM, attending with his family.
yeah,
Just for me, it was like, this man really, you know, he talks the talk, and he walks the walk. So he was there, which was great. And then, you know, the feedback afterwards, from people that just came back afterwards and said, oh, what a joy. And the appreciation
yeah.
makes it worthwhile, you know. So for me, that was 3 highlights. So I can think of many more, but
Yeah, definitely, you know, and also what I like is, I mean, there were guys, so like I said, there's inactive bands. I mean, I had guys contacting me that are going to be playing in upcoming waves that have been like, just not, suddenly they caught wind of this thing and they're like, contact me and say, hey, we'd like to play, send you some of our stuff, etc. And like, we'd be very happy to have you, you know, and it's cool. So it's just, if we grow by 1 band a month, at the end of the year, there's 12 new bands, you know. So whether that's guys that are just picking up the mantle, or guys that have kind of packed it in, you know, or guys that kind of see it and go, jeepers, I want to be back doing that, you know, because that's what it's about.
Another thing that also comes to mind actually is, you know, it's called the Ballito Metal Tsunami. But if you realize the amount of sub-genres being covered by the bands I've seen that's going to participate, we've got new metal influences,
Yeah.
we've got doom, we've got death metal, black, there's punk,
Yeah,
black metal
Yeah.
to its core. You've got 2 brilliant guitarists, you know, sharing the stage in Homo Sapien. It's like blew my mind.
those guys are good.
So it's really something for everyone. You can't label this a metalcore concert or
Yeah.
a metal. It all falls under the metal umbrella, fair
Yeah.
enough. But there's something for everyone.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, we also learn. This being the first year, that's what we decided the title would be. So obviously for us, we wouldn't deviate too much from that. But we will rethink a couple of things going into the new year, because it's definitely our intention to do this again.
Yeah.
And if the response remains the response, it's definitely going to happen.
For sure. Yeah.
What are some obstacles that you guys have had to overcome during this period of organizing?
Well, you know, there's always the infrastructure stories with licenses, access, you know, the actual location of venues, which I think is now sorted out. But, you know, other than that, it's also just it's from the ground up to building this brand, which we are blessed to have people like Chuck and Hein
Yeah.
with the absolute brilliance and marketing skills and setting up a website that's second to none, home ticketing system. So those are obstacles, but you can overcome all of them just by a bit of effort. So I probably think of any real obstacles as such, it's challenges. Yeah. But if you get past them, you play on with the next one. So,
Look, what I found, and it is a bit sad, but again, you know, it's not something that you must let get you down, but there is still a click in KZN. It's one of those things. I don't know if it'll ever change, but you need to circumvent that and not get involved in that crap, because there are bands out there that want to play. You know, there's it's something that'll never change. So it is unfortunate, but you know, we've found that the response to us directly has been great. You know, I mean, in the beginning we went out and we just tried to network with everyone, because that's the best possible way. I have a simple mantra in life: if you are into metal, I will call you brother from day one. Whatever happens after that is on you, it's not on me. You know, so because in metal we are a brotherhood, and that should never ever change. Nothing should ever come between that. There should never be politics associated to that, you know, because metal is our escape from all that shit in the world. So
Sorry, when you say brotherhood, it's just a very important point that also springs to mind. Is the amount of female support.
Brilliant.
Was actually a problem. It's horrible.
Yeah, good point. So, I mean,
And they're on stage used to it. They're on stage, man. It's like women power right there. So support that shit. Amazing.
yeah, but that's really the only obstacle. But, you know, like I say, we circumvent it. You don't want to get engaged in all that nonsense, so we just kind of move past it and just carry on going.
Do you guys have any advice for people wanting to host KZN events?
Don't. No, I'm just kidding. Look, prepare yourself for hard work. Cut that out, because I completely misunderstood that question. Ask the question again.
Do you have any advice for people wanting to host events in KZN?
Yes, definitely. You have to do it.
Why are we all laughing? It's so funny. Could be the normal thing you
Vitally
said.
important. Yeah, it's very important. You know, wherever you are based as a venue, there are musicians around you. And in general, these guys don't have the funds to travel and do whatever needs to be done. So set aside a night, set aside a promotion month, and promote local music, promote local genres, and it doesn't matter what it is, you know. If people are prepared to take the time to put together music, give them the time to present their music to the public, because they will have some form of a following, you know, and that's very, very important. You know, I know of some very, very good events organizers that have been denied access to certain venues that they've used previously, but because the venue was sold and the new owners go, oh, sorry, we don't want metal on our premise or whatever, these venues are lost. And I mean, it's ridiculous, because it's unnecessary. It's a bad business decision for a start, but there are definitely bands that need venues to play. If you have a venue, host them. Host your local bands. Connect with venues in the next town, you know, so that you can trade off. Guys can come and visit each other, etc. That's all part of the networking, and that's part of the power. Yeah, that's how we get things done.
Yeah, I think, you know what, some of the points that stand out is definitely festival-wise is surround yourself with people like-minded. You have to have the same vision. The mission you have to write down and remind yourself every now and again, what is the actual mission?
Yeah.
Because you can lose track there. That is very important. Thirdly, allow yourself time. And don't make unreasonable deadlines for yourself, because you might definitely regret it. But those are the points I will advise to. And lastly, know that there will be costs, and make provision for that. Because at the weirdest spots that you can't even think about, there's something that has to be paid somewhere along the line. And don't think that this is an AI exercise where you can go Google how to be an event organizer. Our first meeting was a bit of a joke in hindsight, because we had this, okay, these are the rules, as from this website.
And from there, they all started going out the window.
It's like, choo, choo. It is completely up to your own registry in your mind. And, you know, let the creative juices flow. Because if you've got a passion to host something, make it, you know, accessible, and people want to be there. don't just do it for the sake of it. It needs to be something that you want to do. So,
Yeah, I think also you mentioned the passion of the venue hosts. You look at something like Dropkick Murphys. I've never heard of them. But then bands started talking about them because they were hosting bands. Not because they liked the music, but they became a venue that would host bands. And people would come. We would come. I mean, my family have been 2 weeks in a row to Dropkick Murphys to go and watch bands, you know. So, and they buy tickets, you know, and people go and support. So if you come to me and say, okay, which venues would I like to be at? Dropkick Murphys would be on my list, quite high, because we had a great gig there. My family feels comfortable there. They host bands irrelevant of their genre. So that sort of a thing, you know, it's a good business decision.
Absolutely.
On a night where generally maybe nothing would be happening.
So to
you know?
you bring up an important point for venue owners.
Yeah.
Don't look past metal as an income for your venue. Dropkick Murphys is a prime example of that, where their main aim or their main, if you go to the website, you won't find anything metal there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pub, it's a pool hall, whatever you want to call it, restaurant. But they took the initiative to section an area of their venue for metal and alternative concerts.
It's brilliant.
It's booming, man.
Yeah.
And metal, I would think, in my opinion, is the safest festival to host there.
By far.
There's really no violence ever. There's no problems.
I feel comfortable sending my family off to go and watch alternative bands.
That's all the way there in Durbs, never mind being local. So
very comfortable.
That will be just a message to guys to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
You've got the space, and you can do something special for the
I mean, we can also add Westville Warehouse into that.
Yeah.
Because they're also starting to do that quite nicely. You know, I've enjoyed being there. I look forward to playing there in December. Because they embrace, and it's great.
Yeah.
As a venue, I've never seen Westville Warehouse badly attended. You know, so that's great.
Do you have any last words for the Metalhead family?
Yeah, well, I mean, just thanks for supporting the first couple of waves. Unfamiliar faces. I mean, you always go to see, all the people. With the past couple of waves, it was like complete strangers, which is amazing. It means that it's getting traction, and the word's out there. Somebody's selling something to someone, and they're supporting. And please continue the support with the third wave. It will be better than the previous two. Lessons learned, add-ons to make the experience worth your while. It's free. I mean, it's free, you know. But in essence, thanks for so far, but let's continue the trend, man.
Absolutely. Very well said. But yes, thanks. I mean, we have been blown away by the support. We've been blown away by how well the bands have interconnected. You know, I kind of am on a mission when I have the bands pre-selected for the next event. I put them all on the same group and I get them to start bantering amongst themselves, even if they haven't met. And it's great because the guys start chatting and they end up looking forward. I mean, we had Wave 2. The guys were so excited to meet each other. So when the Oaks arrived for sound check, it was how's it all around, you know, and that was great because it worked and they had a fantastic night. Everyone supported each other, which is a bit lacking nowadays. Too often bands will come, they'll play their set and they'll bugger off. And that's not really cool. So stick around, watch the other guys play.
That's a good point as well.
Yeah. So, you know, thank you for the support. We would love to see everybody on the 15th of November for the third wave at La Montagne, and on the 13th of December for the main festival, also at La Montagne. You're going to get 7 bands. It's going to be professionally run, professional sound. There are bars upstairs by the pool area,
Security,
there's food events, there's security, there's parking, everything your heart desires. And it's going to cost you 120 Rand. 120 Rand. It's almost for free. Come and enjoy the day in Ballito on the north coast. It's right by the beach. If you want to take a break between bands and go swim in your leathers, you are most welcome to do so.
Take pictures.
So take pictures.
It is my birthday as well on the day, so
yeah,
please
and it
support
is
my
it too,
birthday.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Everyone can say happy birthday to
please, man.
Werner.
I beg you. I don't have
So
many
yeah,
friends, please.
go and check our website is up and running. Ballito Metal Tsunami Festival.com.
Yeah.
And
Tickets
there's
are
a
on
link.
that same
Yeah,
link.
link for tickets. It's a lovely little website. Go and check it out. Go and buy your tickets so that you can secure your spot. I can tell you now already the early birds are pretty much done since we went live with them. So that's great because it tells you that it's working. So get out there, get your tickets, support your local bands, and we'll see you all on the 13th of December.
The full one. Yeah.
I've been Josh / Polar Panda. Thank you guys for coming on to the Myopia Hour show.
Thanks so much for having us, man.
Thank you for Cedric. Check you guys in the next one.
Thanks for having us,
And
man.
thank you for Cedric. Bye, Cedric. I really enjoyed it. We'll see you also. Bye.
That was fun, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, that was great, guys.
Yeah, dude. Just to chat about this is like fucking a release by itself.
I love it.
Yeah. It was so nice hearing your guys' opinions and thoughts and stuff. I loved it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Awesome.